Yo, if you thought the McCrispy was bussin', hold up. Bacon and Ranch have entered the chat. Say hello to the Bacon Ranch McCrispy. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. At participating McDonald's, limited time only.
Yeah.
What's poppin', people? Welcome back to another episode of Say Less with Casito,
Yo.
Lowski,
What up, though?
and Rosy. And
We got another special guest.
Let's talk
our
about it.
honorary,
Bro, this
our
is the
honorary fourth
member.
Here's the thing.
fourth host.
Here's the thing.
We don't even have to
Rosy
introduce him.
and
Yeah.
Nah, just put my name up on the title now.
Might as well.
Yeah, just like a little
Wait one
piece and
second.
write my name over it.
Wait 1 second. I gotta give a real.
Rosy, he doing that.
Real.
He doing that.
I can't hear.
I know.
I know you can't hear it because the headphones on, but we gotta give a real intro. When Say Less started in the beginning of a pandemic, in a basement with some shitty
You
microphones
do this
at my
every time.
office.
It's like his
Every
8th time
time.
here.
Because I have to, because there wasn't a
As you
whole lot of
should.
people.
Yeah.
There wasn't a whole lot of people that believed in the show, that believed in the pod, that
Yeah.
believed in everything I was doing. Swerve Strickland was one of those people that believed in your boy. He was one of the first guests. He's the most frequent guest. Whenever he's in town, he makes time to pull up over here. And now, he is absolutely killing shit for All Elite Wrestling, killing shit with his music. He's been on an absolute tear this year. 2022 has been very kind to you, brother.
Yeah.
The most Mr. Say Less. The person who has made the most appearances in Say Less history. AEW Revolution in the Bay Area.
Not Mr. Say Less.
Mr. Wale-MANIA. My man, Swerve Strickland. Back in the building for a record-breaking. Is it the 5th time?
This is number 5.
Record-breaking.
Number 5 time.
Five time.
Go.
5 time.
And to say less.
And you back, and you here in the new spot.
Yeah, yo, every episode I think we've upgraded studios.
We've leveled up.
I'm
every
pretty
single time.
sure. Like it was like during COVID, it
Yes.
was like FaceTiming.
Yeah.
Yes,
Then it went
yes.
to the John down to one street. Then it went to the other street. Now
We didn't did a world tour.
I think
Yeah.
Swerve has touched every single spot,
Bro,
man.
I've toured New York just because of this show.
Bro, listen.
pretty sure.
It's like,
crazy.
it's like when an artist goes on tour and he's our opening act and he's been to every city.
He's the opener?
But he's the consistent opener and he's always going to be the consistent, actually, group member.
I got so much love for this brother Swerve, man.
Swerve, yo, me and Swerve be
Like,
going back and forth on Twitter. I be seeing all the hate that he be getting on Twitter and all the
now.
bullshit.
But now-
but it drives him. It drives
Now I
him.
love it. I use that shit. There's a lot of times I take that shit and I use it on TV.
As you should.
I've done it. I'm like,
As
oh,
you
I ain't
should.
shit. Got it. That's a
As
promo.
you should.
That's material.
Bro, for the past, gosh, I want to say this is our 3rd year doing this podcast.
I want to see it. This is our 3rd year.
Man, Swerve, you've gone through so much since the first time you came on this show.
It's wild, man.
It's wild, man. You
I lost my job in between that shit.
yeah,
too.
I remember, bro. You was NXT.
I was like, Cass, what do I do?
They don't want me. You was still Isaiah back in the day.
Isaiah's a name that does get fired a lot, though.
It does?
Isaiah get fired from the library, get fired from the freaking corner
Wait, so what's your
store.
real
You
name?
was still in the video game though, so that worked.
I did make that, yeah.
But
Yeah.
I thought I was. Wait, what's your real name? I thought your name was.
he's a
Isaiah.
wrestler. He has several
I don't
real
know.
names.
Oh, yeah, we don't gotta ask that. Just,
I'm like,
my
damn,
bad.
Gina.
IRS.
I
Like,
can
hold
Google
on.
it, guys. It's
Rosie,
fine.
Mama
that
name
should be wrong,
Mama name
too.
was Swerve. I'm gonna
He
call
said
him
I got a
Swerve.
son. I'm like, oh, what?
Mama name is Swerve. All right, cool.
Mama name was
Mama
Swerve.
All right,
I'm
cool.
gonna call him
Swerve.
Swerve.
All right,
bro.
there you go.
Swerve, last time, since you've been here, you've always been obviously just an advocate of not just being, black professional wrestling, but in mixing all of these cultures and bringing it to AEW. Last time we were here, we were in Brooklyn. We were talking about this is right after Grand Slam, I want to say.
Yes.
and
yeah. I brought Fabulous out that night.
Fab came
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Who Kid?
That was at MS.
This is at Arthur Ashe Stadium.
Oh, right.
Arthur Ashe
Yeah,
Stadium.
15,000 people.
15,000 people pulled up, and you've only done more great work since then. I mean, you've had Rick Ross come on the show, and you know, I don't know if you guys read the Observer Awards this year, but he was nominated for an award. Rick Ross, I think he was. I want to say it was a best manager or something like that. He got like at least 100 votes or something like that.
Yeah, right. That's
which
amazing.
is insane. But he was great, and you know, the chemistry that you guys built on screen with the Mogul affiliates, with Parker and everybody else. It's great to see just the influence you've had on that company because when it first started, obviously I'm a big wrestling fan, but you know, there wasn't a whole lot of representation over there. Let's be completely honest.
And the little that it did have, it was like little spurts of it, and then it'd be like kind of like 6 weeks go by, and then like, okay, well, here's another one, and then like I'm like. And I noticed that, and I noticed a lot of things. Like that's the one thing I do. I like to survey the landscape of like no matter what I'm trying to jump into. Yeah. And I see where do I fit in? Where are the pockets that are like? Where's the highs? Where are the lows? Where's like the little gaps? Where's like they get a lot of? Where they're not getting enough of? What kind of archetypes of people? Is there a lot of females? Is there a lot of like men? Is there a lot of black men? Is there black females? There's like so many different ways you can like just take it and divide it, and then divide it again to like the minute detail. Yeah. And I try to like tap into those details that are so minute, everybody's missing it. Right. And that's what I felt like AEW was. So I'm just like, I look at it as a playground. I'm like, oh, I can do this with that. I can do this. Who do I talk to? Nobody? Oh, I'm just going to do it then. Just do it. Like, so, you know, then, so that's kind of how it like really stemmed from things. Like I just reached out to outsources, which like the great thing about AEW compared to WWE, it's a private company. Yeah, it's not public like on the stock market and like the like how WWE is like. There's like it's a whole Congress of people that you got to like go through.
There's the HR department.
Yeah. Oh, we have that too, but but no, it's just like they gotta answer to so many different sponsors and like people that like all that shit. That's fire. I'm about to say you brought a magic. Can you bring that sword? With the sword? I don't know what it is. Bring it over here. Bring it over here.
Walking around with just
I bring aggressive energy, so like I guess I got this sword. Yeah, this sword.
That's actual yours?
No, it's not. But y'all thought it was okay to just bring a sword on my...
You just found it? Madison, you just have this in here just for the fuck of it? Okay, cool.
That's
cool,
nice.
Cool, cool.
He's like...
Pass me the sword.
Lowe's like, that's mine now.
I'm holding it.
I'm
You gotta pass it around. You gotta pass it around.
I ain't passing this shit around.
So you talked about just all the influence and impact that you've had in AEW in your career, and I think you've had to have built up a great relationship with Tony Khan, the owner of the company.
Yeah.
And
I had like I met with him maybe a couple weeks. Like, no, it was like a week and a half maybe before my 90 days was up. Okay. He was in Florida. He was filming the dark shows. Yeah. And I was just like, hey, like I'm in town. Like, hey, can we meet or whatever? And I got my cousin Will, shout out Will Washington. He does a lot of like the publicity and like a lot of the shout out Will. He does a lot of reporting. So him and Tony talk a lot of times, exchanging information. He was like, hey, what's Swerve's information? We got it, exchange it. We got there. So I met with them for like an hour. And we talked like 45, 30 minutes of it is just football, not wrestling at all. Kind of like I just like wanted to get to know him.
Well, Jaguars football was being discussed?
Well, like I'm a Rams fan. Okay. So he was like, yeah, me and my father, we were going to buy the St. Louis Rams, but like something worked out. So we just went and bought the Jaguars.
Why are you never mind.
LA, I like it a lot. Well, I love St. Louis, but
I mean, the Panthers suck, so
yeah.
Hey, yeah, you know. So
not my team. I don't know what to tell you. Not my team.
Hey, Mark Bulger days, not easy.
Mark Bulger, you threw her back with that. My goodness.
Yo, Brady Quinn. Yeah, I can go on and on.
You've been through the doldrums with the Rams. So I'm like, you didn't just show up after the Super Bowl.
It was like it was not just Aaron Donald. Hey, we made it. No. Yeah. But yeah, and we just talked and clicked, and he understood me as a person and as a businessman. Then he understood me as a wrestler. Yeah, because he was already a fan of me then. So he's already been watching me, so he already knows that. So I want people to understand the person I am, the mindset I have, the drive that I have, and the business that I bring with that. And he understood that, and then it was just like, oh, you can do this? Here you go. Yeah. And he just let me go with a lot of creative freedom with the hip hop and bringing the artists in, like certain ways I want to shoot stuff, because I get really cinematic with a lot of things on camera. If you've seen me kidnapping Billy Gunn,
I seen you when you put the pliers in his butt.
Yeah.
At least that's what it was.
It wasn't that.
It wasn't.
fingers.
Oh, it was the fingers. It was the fingers. But it looked.
His hands was behind his
You
back.
put his.
There was a lot. There was a lot more to
those
the
are-
imagination.
Did someone put a thumb in the butt?
No, see, you gotta be
I'm
careful
gonna
what
put my
you say
thumb
around
in
them.
the butt.
You gotta be careful what you say around these people,
Somebody
man.
put a thumb in the butt.
No.
Is that what
be
happened?
respectful about like what
Was
y'all
there like
do
a?
and
That's
Was
what
there
I'm
like a
saying.
future
I don't know
moment?
what.
Was
They're
there
very
a future
impressionable
moment?
right now, man.
Was there a future moment?
Let me provide some clarity.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta be real careful with these
I'm like, yo,
fools.
bro, you gotta give context.
Let me provide some clarity.
no thumb in
Okay.
the
That's why I
butt.
kept it real simple. I'm
So-
like, yeah, try to be in your.
I'm like, yo, what do you? All right, great.
So
No
the
thumb in the
last
butt.
time, before
Please fix this.
Swerve was
Please fix
here,
this, yeah.
before Swerve, the
He
last
put his
time.
thumb in somebody's
No,
butt.
no. See, like, let him get it on.
Let me talk.
Pause.
Point the mic towards you. Put the mic towards you. The last time Swerve was here, Swerve is what we call a face. He was a good guy. It was him. He was more like a tweener. We keep lead.
There's
A
elements.
tweener is like, okay, you're a good guy,
Supposed to
bad
talk,
guy.
I don't know.
doesn't really-
Okay.
Good
So-
guy with bad tendencies.
You're a good guy with bad tendencies.
You blur the
right?
line.
But ever since then, Swerve has dove into full-fledged villainy since he's gotten
You're the
back
villain.
into- So he's he's a straight up bad guy
I
now.
like villains.
Gotcha.
And he had
Villains make more money.
Okay, so when we the last time they were here, they had a match against the Acclaimed for the tag team titles, which they lost. And Daddy Ass, aka Badass Billy Gunn, a former member of D-Generation X,
Hall of Famer.
New Age Outlaws, Hall of Fame wrestler, a legend of the Attitude Era. Now in AEW, playing a wrestler, also sort of a mentor figure for a lot of wrestlers, but especially the Acclaimed. And Swerve thought it would be a good idea to kidnap the man in a dark, empty room. And here's the thing. So here, again, more context. Daddy Ass, a.k.a. Badass Billy Gunn, and his team, the Acclaimed.
Daddy Ass.
Yeah,
Is
just
his name?
listen.
The guy who got
Stop
the thumb in his
talking.
butt.
You gotta watch the show.
Stop
Daddy
talking,
Ass.
just listen.
He had a thumb in his butt.
Just stop talking and listen.
I'm just
Gathered.
asking questions.
All right,
Mr. Gunn.
so
Hold
you're
on,
talking-
hold on.
all right,
Let me
Talk to me like I'm 3 or 5.
No, Rosy. Let him give us context.
That's what I'm saying.
Let him
Talk
give
to
us.
us.
No, he's
I'm trying to.
non-wrestler fans.
Go ahead.
I'm trying to
ahead,
until
my
y'all
fault, guys.
shut the fuck up.
My fault.
So Mr. Gunn, Billy Gunn, him and his team, they have a celebration where it's called Scissoring. It's like, scissor me, daddy ass. Like that is their way of handshake. So throw me some scissors, Rosie.
Both
Put
y'all
two fingers
bitches
up.
pussy. I think
Now
y'all
you
should
see what-
scissor.
Rosie, put 2 fingers up.
I'm not scissoring
Just put 2
you.
fingers up.
I'm not scissoring
Just put
you,
2
bro.
fingers up. Just do it. Just bring it. That's
As you can see why I had to kidnap
That
this man.
feels so weird.
okay. So with that being said,
don't like
it
it.
was one of the most popular things in AEW. Scissoring, right?
Yeah, the whole crowd was doing it.
This
This
is
is great.
Thumb and
massive
butts
thing.
and scissoring. That's all I got.
So what Swerve did was kidnap Mr. Ass in a dark, scary room.
Mr.
Tied
Ass.
him up into a chair. And we saw him with was it pliers or scissors
There's
or hedge
pliers.
clippers? He had pliers, but his hands were behind his back. So he went and then like the way the camera was
So he
angled,
scissored him in the-
he took the pliers and went like that behind
Broke
his
his
back.
fingers.
It was
So he
fingers,
couldn't
guys.
scissor anymore.
It was fingers.
Wait.
So you put
Wait,
you put your thumb in his butt.
I did not.
Hold on.
You put your
Wasn't
thumb in his
his
butt.
thumb in
That's
the butt?
crazy.
Hold on.
That's
Hold on.
crazy.
Hold on.
And you
All right.
scissored him.
Just
This is
okay.
weird.
I did not.
Just so
I don't
I
get
can
it.
have-
This is
I
why I
swear
don't
we were
understand
talking about-
wrestling, bro.
I have accomplishments. I promise you.
Bro, this is why you're always here because you're one
I
of the
need
best.
to understand wrestling
No, hold on.
because
Let me hold on.
what the fuck just happened?
Okay, so from what I just heard,
Compelling television
and
is what
what
happened.
you just gave me in context,
Yes.
and you laid it out beautifully. So
Yes.
I appreciate that. You know, I'm not the wrestler guy,
Yes.
but thank you.
The wrestling guy's right there. He'll
No,
tell
no,
you.
yes. Me and her are not the wrestler
At all.
consumer, but y'all
Yeah.
are here to
I
provide
try.
context. So the arms behind the back.
Arms behind the back. He's held hostage.
Held
Dark
hostage.
room. Yeah.
He takes the pliers,
Pliers. Yes.
scissors the finger,
The fingers. Yes.
break
not
the
the
finger.
ass.
Not
you
the
broke,
ass.
You broke the fingers.
Yes.
Yes.
That's where I was lost.
Right.
So
There you
where
go.
Gotcha.
where did the ass
Gotcha.
come in?
His
So
name is Daddy
His name
Ass.
is Daddy Ass.
Why is that
There-
his name? That's
So
already
the
a
Fans
problem.
named him that.
That's what I was asking.
That's already a
If we
problem.
want to get technical,
Let's get technical.
Go ahead.
WWE owns the rights to a lot of likenesses from back in the day. And when Billy Gunn was popular, he went by the name of Mr. Ass, right? He was Badass Billy Gunn, New Age Outlaws or whatever.
Gotcha.
Daddy Ass is much more. It's more of an evolution of Mr. Ass.
Because now he's older. He's
now
like
he's
in his 50s.
older. He's got
Ass,
the
and
kids.
his sons are on the show.
Yeah,
So then will he evolve to Grandpappy Ass?
He's just Daddy Ass. Just Daddy Ass.
Poppy Ass. Poppy Ass.
Poppy Ass. Long story short,
I get
he cut his damn fingers off.
Yes.
So he
Boss
couldn't-
move.
So they
Boss
can't
move.
scissor.
Boss move.
Yeah.
But-
I get it,
He was
I get it.
doing this and that. We lost the tag titles.
So it was just like it was a
it's a
retaliation
thing.
on like what you are
Yes.
known for. So it's like, all right, you're not gonna be known for this.
Yes.
Yes.
That's it.
And
I get
that
the
was-
storyline.
that
Because
was-
they made, and then it kind of backfired because then they got foam fingers like this, and there was foam fingers in the audience. I'm like, damn it, I made them money.
That was the moment that
made the white man.
you
money
made him a
again.
lot of money, but also that was the moment that you really started to embrace the villain role.
Yeah.
And you love. Give me a couple reasons, or give me your mentality of why you love the villain role.
Because villains drive the story.
Okay.
And I like pushing the envelope to drive the story forward. I like putting.
You like controlling the narrative.
Yes,
Gotcha.
and I can like play like tap into a bunch of different emotions to get that emotion out of the
And
other person
introduce
or the
new
audience.
things or control-
Yes,
Gotcha.
yes.
I
There's
gotcha.
a lot of like toys and things I like to play with when
Yeah.
it comes to that.
Yeah. Okay, white boy.
Yo,
relax.
this is no, because it's getting weird. It's daddy
No,
ass,
no,
it's
because
toys,
no.
it's fingers, it's scissoring.
Well, you're holding a sword, so you
First
just
of
might
all,
want to sit out.
I'm trying to understand wrestling. I really am. but-
Listen,
You were texting while I was talking, so that's on you. Anyway,
that is true. You should have been focused on the pod, Rosy. I'm just saying.
Here we go.
You could have left it in there. So you really spent a lot of time explaining.
Yeah, like, I'm trying to understand, like, daddy, what y'all doing right now? Yeah, my nigga, you don't have a dog in this fight. But back to you know, the narrative of the villain and being
Got a point?
yeah.
the story or the man of the story.
It's almost like if you look at Friday the 13th, Jason never dies because you have to make 15 sequels because you have to keep driving the story.
Michael Myers.
Michael Myers
never died.
never
Yeah,
dies
gotcha.
because you have to keep driving the story to make more sequels.
I got you.
That's what I like to do. I like to keep making more sequels and keep making more story.
Like President Trump never died. Got to
He
keep
never-
making more.
he's
Wow,
gonna-
President
Fuck,
Trump.
love?
No, I'm just saying.
I'm pretty sure he's gonna die one day.
Well, I mean, he's still here.
I hope
yeah,
so.
yeah.
His
Trump
legacy
hope
will live
so.
on
Yeah,
for a long time.
Trump is the villain. Trump,
Kodak,
and he had to
I
keep
hope
making
so.
story. Yeah, okay, so I get it. I get it. I'm not wishing he's dead, but I'm saying.
I hope so.
Understood.
So okay, so Swerve, like, I see you always get a lot of backlash.
Yeah.
I see you always get a lot of pushback, a lot of kickback, and you embrace it. And I think that villain theory, I think that really lives within you, like in reality, not just storylines.
As I grow as an individual, as a person, as a professional, yes, I would like to think so. Actually, I was having a conversation with Kaz about the last episode that we dropped and like all the crazy quote tweets that you got pulled into.
I got pulled in. I'm just
Yeah.
like,
He's like, I don't even know
I'm
you
like, I'm trying to learn. Like, fuck you. Like, I'm like, bro, I don't even like.
Who are you? What
Yeah,
list?
like,
What?
bro, I'm arguing about 50 rappers. I don't know
Yeah.
about 50 wrestlers.
And Kaz was like, he was like, no, actually, this is a good thing for
Yeah.
the new age of like 2022, 2023. This is a heel. This is a bad person. It's almost going meta to
Yeah.
the point where like I have to get you through the screen for you to invest in me emotionally on the other side of the screen. So if you think I feel this way in an interview, hanging out with friends, then
Wait
then
till I get on screen. Yeah.
I got you.
I remember we had that conversation right after you came on the podcast, and
Yeah.
you said what you said about the Black Wrestling list, and we won't even
We won't go there.
dive
Yeah.
into that. But we just talked just about like, yo, like, nah, you can use this. Like,
Yeah.
this is where it's at. Like, when you growing up, a lot of the stuff about pro wrestling stops when the camera stops rolling, right? Or the
Yeah.
show's over, you know what I'm saying? But it's 2023. Everybody's got social media. Everybody's got something. You got to find new ways to keep people engaged,
Absolutely.
keep people
Yeah,
enticed.
it's kind of like a mixed messages. If you
Yes.
see me on camera doing this on this show or whatever, being a piece of shit,
Yeah.
and then next like social media post I have in the next morning, I'm like feeding birds on the park and stuff like that, or I'm like doing charity work. Like doing charity work is cool, but like I want me personally, my character shouldn't post.
I get what you're trying to say here.
You know what I mean? But it sways the narrative of what my character truly is. So sometimes I want to like live in that. I don't want a lot of people knowing what I do in real life. Sometimes I don't need you to know what I'm eating for breakfast. I don't need to know like
What do
certain
you eat for
things.
breakfast? I want to know.
Yeah, but.
Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Cass from Say Less, and Black History Month isn't just about 1 month. It's about the entire year. And throughout this year, join Walmart in amplifying the voices of Black brands and creators, giving them a stage to spotlight their unlimited brilliance. That's Black and Unlimited. What does it mean to be Black and Unlimited? It means being exactly who you are. To be unlimited in your potential, to be unlimited in your creativity, to be unlimited in your imagination, and to be unlimited in your vision. Throughout the year, join Walmart in amplifying the voices of Black brands and creators, giving them a stage to spotlight their unlimited brilliance. That is Black and Unlimited. Visit walmart.com/Black and Unlimited to learn more. Cartier, Rolex, Gucci, Prada, Jordan, Adidas, Bottega Veneta. At eBay, it's real or it's getting the fake out. eBay's team of luxury authenticators are making sure you never get faked over again. Watches inspected by watch aficionados. Sneakers checked by legit sneakerheads. Handbags examined by handbag connoisseurs. And jewelry in the scopes of expert gemologists. These authenticators are leaders in their field, with meticulous eyes making sure your piece arrives as authentic as your style and worthy of your collection. As experts, they know the true difference between a real and a fake. Real carries that rare, distinguished feel, the weight of pure platinum, exquisite scent of Togo leather, and the tight stitching on a pair of dunks, the brilliance of real diamonds. So rest assured, your Rolex moves just like a Rolex should, and that colorway on your Jordan Royals will always be on point. The details inspected, the fakes rejected. Ensure your next purchase is the real deal with eBay's authenticity guarantee. Everyone deserves real. Visit ebay.com for terms. I just learned Discover credit cards do something pretty awesome. At the end of your first year, they automatically double all the cash back you've earned. That's right, everything you earned doubled. All the cash back from eating at your favorite soup dumpling restaurant doubled. All the cash back from that trip where you sort of learned to snowboard also doubled. And the best part, you don't have to do anything ridiculous to get it. Nope, Discover does it automatically. Seriously though, see terms and check it out for yourself at discover.com/match. He literally just said, I don't want people to know. I want to know. I want to know. In front of you. He was like, so what? You know what? I just said, I don't care.
So what do you eat for breakfast?
You seem like a Quaker Oats kind of guy.
Right. I don't know. You eat grits or oatmeal?
You know what? The funny thing is,
grits, oatmeal, or cream of wheat?
Neither.
I'm on a diet, so I gotta do oatmeal now.
Neither.
I'm a grits person.
Neither?
Raisin Bran. Raisin Bran.
That wasn't even an option.
Time out.
Grits, oatmeal.
Grits, oatmeal, or cream of wheat?
Oh, grits, oatmeal, or okay, I'm sorry.
I'm a grits guy.
Grits.
I'm
You said
doing oatmeal actually. Cinnamon apple
What'd you
oatmeal.
think?
I can do grits or oatmeal.
I can do grits or cream of wheat.
yeah,
I like cream of wheat a lot.
Peaches and cream oatmeal.
Yeah.
Cream of wheat is
All
fire.
right, 112.
What?
He said peaches and cream. 112. Peaches and cream.
I get it.
Jokes.
So the consensus is grits or oatmeal.
I'm doing cinnamon apple oatmeal.
Very specific. That's the quick pack.
It's my favorite.
Cool.
Yeah, it's my favorite. Yeah. So, all right. So, to your point about the villain and like to your point about the characters and not. Okay,
Yeah.
no, keep going. Go ahead.
On another thing, how many black villains do you see in wrestling?
Yo, I
don't watch wrestling.
telling people that.
No,
yo.
but this is why I love because like y'all are putting me on the things that I have no idea about. My idea of wrestling is,
Go ahead, say this.
Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan, like that.
Hulk Hogan, The Rock.
Hulk Hogan.
That's my
not
idea
even
of
The Rock.
That's my shit.
Ric Flair, like that's my idea of wrestling.
Right.
And that was when I was a kid. Now, when he entered my life, he was like, yo, he's just so enthralled with
First of all,
wrestling. And
Kaz is annoying because
No,
when
he's not
Kaz
annoying.
enters your life-
He's informative.
No, when Kaz
He's
enters your
very-
life, it's like a grown man child. Because he does very adult things, but he does childish things as well. Like
I'm the same way.
Like he's very business oriented, but he's like, yo, this wrestling match.
So I'm not the same way. I'm not a kid.
We can't be a grown man and have fun.
Yeah, like mans can't be kids.
Like we perform it every week.
Right.
I'm half naked every week on TV.
They're living out their
Bad
childhood dreams. So
You
it's
know
like,
what I'm saying?
I forgot about wrestling, as I grew up. So, but when Kaz came in, and I saw him make it a profession, I saw him like actually putting people in position to do it. I'm like, yo, there's something there that I might have missed.
Yeah, it's a different time, man. Like I've been plugging Wale-MANIA all month long.
All month,
obviously,
as you should.
And March 30th it's something that is near and dear to me, and Swerve has been a big part of that over the past several years. And just seeing
I performed last year.
his growth, he performed last year. I
damn,
think
you did?
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
We had left and went to Hooters at that time.
I'd rather look at Hooters than watch me perform too.
Hooters was pretty fire.
We left. I'm sorry. It was across the street.
We're performing.
The same waitress. The same waitress.
We came right back. We came right back though. We came right back.
Yeah, we did. No, you did. I didn't.
Yeah.
I went home.
But it was I would say this, man. The way wrestling has kind of sort of changed, and not just, the way Low-Key was talking about it, obviously, we all have those people we grew up on, but I think the one thing that really attached me to it is that, like, yes, I'm also somebody who grew up on it, but at the same time, I always had this vision of like where it can be, because there wasn't necessarily that generation of people that look like me, that act like me, that listen to the type of music that we listen to, like in any form of education, entertainment now, like everywhere, you're just seeing more folks that look like us in so many different ways, shapes, and forms of entertainment, that you're just like, wow, if I could even play a little tiny bit of part in like trying to like, do some cool shit there. Like that's an amazing thing.
And it's so great the fact that not to say you have equity, but you have a particular role that you can play and you can now use as leverage, right? Because your narrative and how you analyze and how your love and your favor for the culture, right? So then you look at a person like Swerve and Emilio and Wale and all those, like you brought us.
What makes Swerve special?
You brought us to that shit.
What makes Swerve special is that, like, the cool thing about wrestling is like I discovered Swerve the same way I discovered like a rapper that I like. You know what I mean? Where it's like, you just listening to him, like somebody sends you a link or some shit, or like find your Twitter page or whatever. You're like, oh shit, this shit dope. And then like you almost have like a vested interest in their success, because
what's your next move? What's your next album?
You help see, not even that, but like you caught them, like, I seen Swerve when he was back in Defy in Seattle, like doing shit, you know what I mean? Like before, Wale-MANIA really blew up in the past 3 or 4 years in New York, like, and since then he's only matched the growth of where I see like black professional wrestlers have gone, man. The fact that you are one of the main players in AEW and you are becoming, I want to say one of their top heels, or at least top 3 heels in that company without even being in the title picture. It's just really incredible to see, and the way you've done it has been very unique, and I
like to show the world what I can do with little. So when I do get a lot, they're gonna be excited about it.
So speaking of a lot, the last time, one of the times that you were on TV, you had Rick Ross come in.
I remember that clip.
Instagram,
Accusations,
false accusations.
It's a game clip.
That's what you're talking about. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah. So now there was a clip where I think Keith Lee, his former tag team partner, had come up to Rick Ross and said something about I don't know.
He called me he's the camera thing. He called me on camera breaking dude's fingers.
Right.
And now he's accusing me of it. And then Rick was like, accusations.
Now, was that planned, or did he just?
First off, we filmed it one time.
Okay.
It was one shot.
Okay.
And I pretty much broke down the synopsis. I'm like, all right, Rick, so this is what happened. Me and my partner, we broke up. And then, well, maybe we didn't break up at the time. He was just like, yo, he's going to come in accusing me of some shit, and you just kind of try to bring us together. He was like, it's nothing, it's easy, it's too easy. It's nothing. He's like, it's nothing, bro. He's like, too easy, let's go. He's like, yeah. And then like there's like everybody, like his whole crew, his publicist and all that, everybody's behind the camera, Sanjay, like all them guys are back there. And he's like, yeah, let's get it going. Woo! Yeah, let's go.
Yo, real question. Does he say in person?
Not too much.
Not as much as people expect.
No.
Wait, yeah. Keep
wanna
going
know
with this.
if he-
I want to hear this. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
so like, we shoot the promo or whatever, right? And people are like laughing behind camera. They're like, oh my God, this is so funny. And then like he's like, how does I know? I kind of know the whole promo in my head.
Yeah.
And he's just like, I just want to take time out to show we got the biggest wrestler in the world, Swerve Strickland right here, but we about to make him the biggest artist in the world. Yeah, we taking over. And then we had the Bel Air sitting in there and whatever.
And look where we are. Perfect.
That's why I'm like, oh hell yeah, I gotta be here. And Keith comes in. Keith is like, he's like, yo Ross, whatever. He's like, yo, what's good, Big Keith? Yo, we gonna freaking do the whole thing. And then like in the middle, we was like, could you mention like promote like there's going to be a 6-man tag match next week or whatever. He's like, how about Swerve, you do it, but since Ross doesn't know all the names.
Right.
I was like, yeah, so I started naming the names. I was like, yo, so me and him. He's like, and he goes like, Ross goes, yeah, 6-man tag, yeah. In the middle of it. And I'm like, And he's like, and then so there's a part where he's like, you've been answering my phone. You answer my phone calls. Swerve, you ain't answering my calls. What's up with you, man? What's going on? I ain't heard from you in a week. And Ross like, hey, this is not a time for no negativity. We staying positive.
Oh my
We
God,
staying positive.
Khaled.
Matter of fact, here, you get a drink. You get a drink. Hey, Tony, with the microphone, yeah, you get one too. Let's toast it up. Boss time, yeah.
You know-
He's
you
just
know what's-
ad-libbing
you know
All
what's
the whole
all
time.
the whole time. And I'm like, I don't even know where I'd like jump in to get your shit on. Yeah, I'm like, I got to say,
He's like, you doubled that shit. Like,
we still gotta promote this tag match.
I'm like, yeah. I'm like, we got a minute and a half on the camera.
my nigga, like, I gotta get this off real quick.
It's like a ceiling, that fan that you gotta jump through. I'm like, but he's great. He's hilarious. We shot more stuff in the back. They didn't use all the footage, but I sent the one to you.
Yeah, I saw it.
Go get physical, which was hilarious.
Ross seems like such a wrestling natural though, right? Like he's such a
Yeah, he is.
he's such a character already.
Yeah.
That like him being in the professional wrestling world was
his
just like
voice and his like
This
I
tracks.
think his voice tracks, and I think how he speaks about
He definitely
things. He has
it's
that
Just, it just carries.
He
the
has
voice.
that.
he has
Yeah.
presence, and in pro
That's
wrestling you
all
gotta
it
have
is.
presence,
Yeah.
That's all
especially
it
when you
is.
talk.
Yeah, and that's one thing when I started bringing artists in, I didn't want to like, you know, some guys just have cameos like, hey, so and so's here on the side on the ring side, just
And
get
now
a
I
clip
do
of
it,
them.
yeah.
Yeah, hey, I'm like, yeah, but you can do so much more with that.
Right,
So
right,
I just
right.
try to get them from like that to like live in our world for like the little bit of camera time that we do have.
Right.
So like there's impact on it. Like Trina came through, she had impact with something. She had like with Jade.
Shout out Jay Cargo.
Shout out Jade. Jade is a menace when it comes to this stuff too.
Oh,
But
she's
she
a
was doing
beast.
it before me.
Yeah.
Like we just do it
She
on
had
our
Lamar Jackson at the
Lamar
end,
Jackson came
all that
through.
shit, yeah.
Like she just had Vanessa Hudgens
Yeah,
last week,
saw
which
that,
I
too.
marked out for. I don't mark out for too many celebrities. I was like, that's a ooh. Hey, what's up?
What like and how do you feel about, you know, all of these, you know, R&B and hip hop artists actually like, you know, attending like, you know, Bow Wow's even actually like doing that? Then West Side Gun, like he was there.
Because that's the culture. The culture
Gotcha.
runs the industry. And the fact that you were talking about, like, you don't, we would go back to, like, he didn't see a lot of that growing up on TV. Like,
I didn't
you
either.
didn't either.
Yeah, right.
And, like, you saw the thing with Rick Ross, not from watching our show, you saw it from something else.
Right.
And that's why we do those kind of things,
Gotcha.
to have it travel. Ben Simmons used that GIF.
Yeah.
And he doesn't
Yeah,
know.
it's a gift.
I forgot
Like-
when they said he was part of the Meg Thee Stallion Tory joint when he was like he was begging Meg Thee Stallion.
Yeah, he was
Accusations.
So now it's becoming a pop culture thing. So now it's not even just a hip hop culture; it's a pop culture. So it's
Yeah,
like traveling. I was at Complex Con in LA, and I'm like hanging out with Jeff Hamilton, and in his booth and stuff, and like my buddy Flash, who does my entrance music.
Yeah.
Flash is just like introducing me to a bunch of artists and like fashion people that are walking through or whatever. And he's like, yeah, he did something with Rick Ross, AEW, big wrestler right here, or whatever. And he's like, oh, cool. And I was like, what? Rick Ross? I was like, yeah. That was what he showed him the thing. He's like, oh, accusations, I saw that.
Wow.
So like,
Yeah.
even at this place, you're not watching AEW to see that. You saw it from somewhere else.
Yeah.
So that's how I know. I'm like, okay, I know it's working because it's traveling to places like this, and these guys are seeing that,
Like,
and these guys are sharing
it's hitting
it.
people that don't watch.
Exactly, and
Gotcha,
that's the goal, and that's like putting your hand on the pulse of what's.
Which is what
popping.
you want to accomplish
Yeah.
when you step foot into certain platforms. And this is a platform that you love and you're putting your life and your sacrifice and you're putting your blood, sweat, and
Yeah, I'm
tears
like
in.
I freaking tear MCLs and stuff and doing this
Listen,
stuff.
bro,
So it's like
listen,
hey, this has to carry. Somebody has to see
listen,
this.
I get it. Like, you know, for this culture, for our culture, like niggas going for broke and sacrifice, this, that, and the third, but day in day and week, I love coming back here and starting moments.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
I say right now, pro wrestling is like live action memes. Like, can you make a live action
You
meme?
gotta make a moment.
Like, you gotta make something for
You gotta
like
make a
5
moment.
seconds where if motherfuckers can replay that as a GIF or use that as a Twitter reply or something, like, all right, you got it. I may not know what the story is going on.
Right.
But like,
So like,
it's-
what
that's
would
like
catch
here.
your attention? Like,
What you mean?
what would like? So my question is like, now for me, is what would catch the female's attention?
okay.
That's where I'm like, that's
Good
where.
question, good
So
question.
my thing was
Good
like,
question.
you know what? Like wrestling taps all these emotions. You always get the grudge match. Like I'm better than you. Who's better than me? Like you know, like here's the title belt. Let's fight for it. I'm like, okay, that's a very surface level emotion. Like now it's like, what about betrayal? What about sorrow? What about sadness? What about how do you embrace? Then. There's a bunch of different levels to that. There's comedy. There's like all these things you can portray. Like one thing we don't tap anymore that we used to do back in the day was romance.
Yeah.
Women get really invested in romance. Female character, not just like a strong female character that can beat up anybody. No, women get attracted and attached to like, oh, she's with him, he's with her, but he has a love triangle with her. But then there's this girl that's trying to get in between that, like
The way me and my the way me and
how
my
do you take
girl
White Lotus and put it in
describe,
wrestling?
like Real Housewives, the same way I describe like wrestling storylines.
Exactly.
Right?
It's the
like-
same drama.
She's like, baby, you don't know. This girl, she went to this dance, and then they were at the drinks, and then his baby mom
But
came.
then this is like,
and
babe, like this is not real.
I mean, hey,
But it doesn't matter. It's, like a
it's
show.
only entertainment.
But
It's
yeah,
all
but it's
entertainment.
drama.
I get it, but like, yo,
It's like a
calm
show.
down on the investment. Like, yeah,
Why
it's-
not?
No, but that's
Nah,
what
that-
makes you. That's what gets
But
it
that's
going.
the point, and that's the
That's the
argument.
point.
This starts the
And I
argument.
get that, but I think there's a level of investment that it supersedes your reality. And I don't that and I'm not
No, you're right.
I'm just saying like I don't like that because then it's just like if I say, well, I don't care or like that's whack or whatever, like you get mad because I don't care about their bullshit.
Well, Lo, you don't care about a lot
I
of
mean,
shit.
that's fine. Like, it's not.
No,
I don't
what-
think
no,
it's-
what I'm
I
saying-
don't think it's about like whether you care about it or not.
No,
I think
That
it's
was
just
the
the way-
demographic, and
that's
the
not-
majority
that's
does
not what I'm
care
saying.
about what they're selling, what they're buying.
What I'm saying is we're investing too much in the false reality of that narrative.
But it's entertainment. Like, it's all entertainment.
I
like, it's okay.
understand.
It's okay. I'm saying it's okay to be invested in,
No,
in something
what
that's
I'm
false
saying
when you
is,
know
I'm saying the
I'm
level,
watching this to be entertained.
I'm saying the level of care is where I have
It's
a
too
problem
high?
with. Yeah, the
It's too
level
much.
of care. Yeah, you can be invested. All right, cool. I could love the storyline and listen and watch and this. Yeah, cool. All right, but when it turns off, that's what a lot of people don't know when to turn it off. Like.
That's
they're-
a slippery slope. You
it's
can do that. You
not
can do
a
that with
slippery slope.
everything.
It's
Like,
not.
I could look at you and be like, "You're way too invested into this rap shit. You know it's fake, right? Like, all this shit
Right,
is
and I
bullshit."
get that. All right, so there's no difference from when
No, exactly. There is no difference. It's all
Right, so
entertainment.
yeah, but me at my grown age, I understand that.
Yeah.
When the music cuts off, but there are people who are like, well, you don't know, and how would you think? Why would you think? I'm like, yo, bro, this is not real. Like, stop.
But that's consumer.
Yeah.
That's what you want from the consumer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what they
but
tap on
at
that
what
to get
point?
them.
At what point is it enough?
For as someone producing that, I don't want
There's
it to ever
never
turn
enough.
off.
Exactly.
I don't ever want you to turn. I want
that.
I want.
Yes, yeah, I get
I
that,
want
I get that.
30-year-olds. I want 40-year-olds. I want 15-year-olds.
Yeah.
I want 40-year-olds. 50-year-olds.
So you want them raking their brain?
Yes.
Yes.
Every form of entertainment, you want some sort of emotional investment where they really feel like,
right?
yo.
So that's what I'm saying. Like to Rosy, the demographic that we would love to have
There's more women.
What would get you to like constantly keep watching something like that? Is it like drama or is it?
I don't like drama.
There you go.
No, I don't. I think for me it would be like even what you said.
Like a battle rap.
Boy, fuck you. Boy, fuck you, but yes. No. Like
Exactly,
even him
nigga. I don't
he's
know
playing
you.
the villain. Like, I'm a huge Marvel fan. So
Yeah.
if it was something like that, I would be invested. If it was on some The Boy shit,
Right.
where there's characters that I'm actually invested in, where I'm like, nah, man, I'll fuck with him. Like,
It happens.
you know,
it happens.
stuff like that would really reel me in.
Yeah, it's. And I'm just as an outsider.
As an
I'm
athlete
looking
or
in.
as an outsider?
No, just
No, you know who I think I told you this. You know who had me invested? That rest in peace, the wrestler that died that used to tag team with his brother.
wait.
The white dude from
the
Delaware.
Briscoe. Yo, she was talking about how much she loved the Briscoe.
I love
Jay's
him.
great.
Yeah,
I loved
great.
it. Like
I wrestled
that's
him.
somebody that I would watch
Yeah.
because I loved his whole.
Reach
I loved
for
the
the
whole.
sky, boy.
Yeah, I loved his whole little country
was-
swag. But he was a
Jay,
rapper
man.
and like he would
Yo.
listen to like country music. But like,
Speak to him.
Yo, Jay
He was a
was
legend,
awesome.
bro.
I just saw him in Dallas too when they wrestled FTR with the dog collar match.
Yeah.
I was just I had
It
two
was
matches.
the same night as Wale-MANIA, wasn't it?
No.
Oh,
this
the night
was like
before.
this was like 2 months ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay,
because
my
like
bad, my bad.
I wrestled like 3 matches before him, and like as soon as him and his brother, every time they come in the locker room, they're always just like big brother stepped in, like your big
Yes.
brother that you ain't seen in so long, like your dorm room, your like your dorm room partner or whatever that just came through that you haven't seen in years. You're like, yo, my God, he's always so in. He has just like a big energy about him, and that's why the fans.
called BDE.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
It's called BDE.
PDE?
BDE.
You think Jay Briscoe had BDE?
Big dick energy?
Keep it respectful to that. Like he literally just passed, like not even a month ago.
No, I think he had that.
Well, I guess that's a compliment, right?
I never met him. I think he had that energy.
I'm just listening.
I think. All right, no. For context,
in the race.
for-
No horse in the
for
race.
context purposes,
listening.
when I say BDE, I mean like someone could be in the room and you don't know who it is, but you know somebody's in the room.
That's just a fancy word for confidence.
All right.
He's a confident individual.
That's just
That's all you gotta say, yo.
For sure.
When women don't even tell you you're confident no more.
Okay.
It's like he's got big energy. It's like,
All right, no, I respect
But we're
it.
the
Oh, why are you
Neanderthals.
mad at that? That's,
But
a,
we're
that's
the
a
ones.
compliment. That's a compliment. I know
Let-
there's
let-
big dick
let-
energy in here.
Let a man say you got some big titty energy. How would y'all feel?
Well, what does that mean?
well,
Exactly.
you can't hide big titty energy.
Wait,
It is-
wait, Is there- is there- wait,
or
wait.
not?
All right, wait. Let me.
Big dicks,
Is
you can hide
there
it.
big pussy
just
energy?
Yeah,
Fat
there's definitely big pussy
fat
energy.
pussy energy.
I know-
fat-
for
okay,
sure.
fat-
Oh,
all right.
yeah.
See, I wouldn't go that route.
I know. It's asking about the
Wait,
best. Is FPE?
It's fat pussy
Fat pussy
energy.
energy?
Yeah, FPE.
What's FPE?
Fat pussy energy. Me.
Tell us.
It's like
Me.
Nigga, you nigga energy.
You know I'm in the
you
room.
can see it throbbing, yo. It's just like, yeah. That's,
You're big lyrical energy. Like,
Jay Briscoe, I love you, man.
No,
I miss you.
that's all we were trying to get to.
God, yo.
No, I wrestled
Leave
him.
it to Rosy.
I wrestled
Jesus.
him. It's crazy. I like the last. Like, I wrestled him one time. It was in London.
Nice.
It was me and Ryan Smile. Rest in peace, him. So everybody like, it's crazy. Like looking back, I posted that picture. Like the day of, and I'm like, damn, I lost my tag partner that like because he took pills, like committed suicide. I'm like, so I'm like, look, there's two, both our guys are like missing our guys at the time on that photo, but like Jay was just like, he's just so much energy, like not trying to say but like,
See what I'm saying?
but like forcefully,
Shut up.
but at the same time, he's just like, he has an aura about him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like when he walks, when he's in the match, and like I'm really ignoring you right now.
No. We do this 80% of the time. She's talking.
But that's what
like-
BDE is. You're
no,
literally
it's not.
explaining it.
No, it is not.
When somebody walks in
it is
the
not.
room,
That's just common sense.
It is not.
when someone walks in the room,
Ignore.
and there's
no,
an aura.
No, it's not.
That's BDE.
It's
Continue
definitely not that.
Anybody like if you sit like Indian style, I'm not talking to you.
Yeah,
Keep
this is
going.
that, with a sword too.
Yeah, with a
but,
sword. Like, I'm not talking to
anyway, yeah, he rest in peace. I miss him. I like. That's one thing about the wrestling business that a lot of people take for granted. You don't know when you're going to see these people next.
Yeah.
Like I get on
Why
a
is
flight,
that?
I fly like
It's a lot. It's a
lot.
Mind you,
It's taxing on your body.
It had nothing to do with like.
It's a lot.
But I mean, that's a lot of sports.
Wrestling's a little different. Wrestling's a little different because we don't have an off season. We don't take like 6 months and then we come to we're on it all the time. And then the one time you see us on TV isn't the only time we wrestle.
Right.
We do house shows. We do international. We do tours. Sometimes we wrestle 3 times in one day.
Right.
When Wale-MANIA, those WrestleMania weekends, Mike Bailey did 9 matches in 3 days, which is insane. And the way Mike Bailey goes, it's impactful.
Yes,
like he's coming from one match to another with like scars from the last match. So and like, if you want to put the science behind pro wrestling, our bodies shouldn't be doing what we do on a regular basis
at all.
Like especially if you like known the science with not pro wrestling, but the NFL and what we know.
Imagine Tom Brady, imagine Marshawn, imagine Emmitt Smith, imagine Barry Sanders, imagine them doing that 3 times a day. Imagine LeBron doing that 3 times a day
with no offseason.
With no offseason, and y'all are doing that 3 times a fucking day.
The amount of force our body hits the mat is like enough to like of a car crash.
And the weight of y'all hitting bodies together.
Yes,
right,
like blatantly getting kicked in the face, blatantly getting punched in the face,
that's not normal.
Yeah, we're falling to the floor. So there's a lot
what
of
were
risk
you doing before wrestling though? Because y'all are hella
He's the
athletic.
military.
Yeah, but no.
So no,
Y'all are hella
he's kind of built for
athletic.
that.
What?
He's kind of built for it.
No, I'm saying. So most wrestlers, what do they do? Because they're hella athletic.
Yeah,
I mean, a lot of
They
them
be doing backflips. They be doing
Yeah.
Like, so where does that come from? Like, did y'all play sports?
I was jumping around in the backyard off of ladders.
You was
That's
in
how
the
I started.
military. That does not require a backflip.
I was doing that.
How do you know
As
how
a
to
kid,
do that?
As a kid, I was doing it. Yeah, as a kid, I was doing
that.
it. Yeah.
Like just playing around with my friends in high school because we were big wrestling friends and we were
Yeah, as a kid, I was doing that, but then I realized I was pussy.
Right.
Yeah, you are.
I like music.
So in the military,
I like music.
what was you doing that kept you that athlete?
Military combatives. I was like fighting in sand pits and tire
That's what I'm saying.
pits
He
and
was built
stuff
for
like
it.
that.
He was built for it.
So like that's where a lot of my ground game comes from that. But as far as like athleticism, I just learned it as I was going. I got a ring, got trained, and I was just like, oh, I want to try that. I was a Rey Mysterio fan, so everything I wanted to jump off of everything when I met that man.
That reminds me, Kaz, you got to do that thing I tagged you in.
What thing? Oh,
I don't know
we
what
talking
the
about
fuck
off
that
air.
is.
All right, so I think
No, we gotta do it. We gotta do it.
we gotta.
Yeah, we can wrap this up. Swerve, we always appreciate you for coming. I don't know what the fuck she's talking about. Swerve, we
It was a
always.
wrestling
I
thing,
love when you come here because you always open up my eyes and ears about wrestling, about the storytelling, about the narrative, about the villain landscape, and you and him have gotten me really, really invested in what this is and what it's about, and seeing people that look like me on that big screen.
It's for everybody, and that's what I'm trying to bring to this kind of like Carlos Boozer can walk in and be like, oh, I love this.
And I'm glad
what
y'all got to connect.
Yeah, me too. Oh my God, big fan of Carlos Boozer.
I'm glad. I'm glad.
But that's the beauty of this. Like our worlds can connect.
Right.
You know, like that's why I come in to try to do these things. With,
That's
like,
the beauty of it,
and that's what Wale-MANIA is for. He opened up my mind to that so much.
He opened up my mind. He opened up my mind to that. Wale-MANIA, March 30th in L.A.
We in there.
I'm gonna be performing.
Yeah, he's performing.
We're not gonna miss it this time.
Please,
I went to the first one in Dallas. I was very against it.
LA's going to be crazy.
That was your first one.
Our first one.
No, I'm saying I went to my first one in Dallas.
Yeah.
And I was so glad that he exposed me to so many different individuals and characters that I had no idea that existed.
Yeah.
And I have to sit here and look you face to face and say, yo, thank you for allowing me into a space that you hold so close to your heart. And I would be doing a disservice in not coming to your next one in Los Angeles.
It's fun, man.
That was very
it's
sweet.
fun. I appreciate that, man. And Swerve, obviously, I wish we had more time today to kick it, but it's not like you can't come back.
Yeah, like just call us when you want to get booked in. Like we got you.
At this point.
The door's always open, bro.
Door's always open.
Like we said, man, you can catch Swerve on AEW Dynamite, AEW Rampage, March 5th, AEW Revolution at the Chase Center, San Francisco.
I gotta fly there Tuesday.
I don't know if it's been announced yet. Are you in Keithley? Is it happening?
Hey, watch the show.
Guess you gotta watch her. I'm there today. Can't wait for that one. But also, most importantly, Swerve Strickland will be in the building for Wale-MANIA
Yes.
March 30th
Yeah.
in Los Angeles at the Novo. Get your tickets right now.
Let's get
they
it.
are flying. It's going to be a packed house. I can't
gonna have
wait for
some fun.
everybody to be in there.
Also, check out my album coming out.
Yes.
Spring.
Yes.
My first solo one. I did 3 projects with my group, TZ.
Yeah.
He taught me how to rap from ground up. This is my 4th album. First solo one. I got Benny the Butcher already featured on it.
Yeah.
Shout out to Benny.
Chase the Money just did a track with him, producer. He just
First
did
of
something
all,
for
Benny
Fast
the
X.
Butcher.
Yeah.
I heard the record. You sent me a few records, bro.
Yes.
I'm highly impressed.
Yeah.
Highly impressed.
Fireman's on
Definitely.
there.
Nice.
Man, I got Kanye vocals on that.
How you
bitch.
wait? First of all,
Hold on.
Guys, hey.
Let him go.
Ain't no first of all. We got to wrap up.
Yeah, let him go.
Yeah, working with a lot of Grammy Award-winning producers. Shout out Prophet.
Shout out
Blessed me
Prophet.
with like 6 records. Like,
Yeah.
we just won a Grammy, 2 Grammys actually with last year for the Donda record. Flash is on there. TZ's on there. Anthony King, shout out Anthony King.
Talk that
super talented individual,
Talk that,
engineer,
talk
singer,
it,
rapper,
talk it.
can do it all. I'm learning a lot in this.
The evolution is
crazy.
incredible to watch, bro. And you know, man, you know how we
Yeah.
give it up, bro. Swerve, I'm so proud of you. So happy that you came through. The most appearances in Say Less history. He's bridging the gap now. Like
He's
somebody's
always
gonna have to
been,
catch up.
But he's
you know what I'm
always
saying?
been.
So,
That's why I'm sitting here talking to him. That's why I'm asking him so many questions. I'm very intrigued. But
thank you,
every
thank you.
time he sits with us, every time he sits at this table,
it's another level he
Level.
reaches.
That-
It's another level he reaches every time it comes
That's
back.
why I can't come back here without something new.
Exactly.
Like, don't come back here with no
don't,
new.
nigga, don't come back here without something new in that pot.
What you been doing?
No, get out.
Nope.
Guys.
No, I gotta come back here with presents.
Yes,
it's love,
sir.
it's love, it's
This, thank you so much, man. This has been another great episode of Say Less with Kazo, Key, and Rosy.
sir.
Appreciate y'all. Make sure
Put
you
in
hit
about
subscribe.
4 or 5 hours today, baby.
YouTube.com/Kazeem. They don't got to know that.
No, I'm just saying, like, you put in 8 hours already.
Well, I know. They don't know that. This is going to come out several
He's a
weeks later. They're
professional.
gonna think,
I want to make sure motherfuckers know about
Hey,
you.
you know, tape TV.
You
wanna
can
make-
tell,
I wanna
you
make
can
sure
tell
you-
who got drained from all the
Yeah, I
talking
wanna make sure
today.
they
I don't
know
know.
about you.
I don't know about you guys, but I can tell.
Madison, thank you.
Guys.
We appreciate you. Thank you, Madison.
YouTube.com/Kazeem.
Thank you,
Everywhere
Benson.
you listen to podcasts. Shout out Benson. Shout out Jake. Shout out
Shout out
Madison.
Jake, yeah,
Shout out
fuck.
everybody at Sovereign Brands. Swerve Strickland, the one and only.
Hang it up.
You know what time it is.
Okay.
Yeah, don't drop it.
We don't do
Oh,
that.
that's
Don't
the
drop
mic.
that.
But like we always do with this
We don't
time,
got the rest of
y'all.
the money yet.
We, God.
I love it. Friday episode.
Can we wrap this?
Go ahead,
nigga. I'm
My
trying
fault.
to, nigga, shut up.
My fault.
We always do it this time. Stay free, stay safe, and always say less.
Happy
We'll
birthday,
catch you
Kaz.
next week, people.
Happy
Yo,
birthday.
this is weeks later, though.
It's still
My
happy
birthday has
birthday.
been
It's still happy
passed.
birthday.
so it's birthday all month.
All right. God damn it.